Now have joining me an educationist, Peter Ogudoro, for more perspective to this development. Good to have you join us.
It's my pleasure to join you.
So the president speaks about this in terms of the launch of the NELFUND. He talks about it as a weapon to tackle insecurity, poverty, banditry, and terrorism. I wanted to speak on that, the far-reaching implication that this will have, on society.
Yeah, definitely the president is right. Education remains a very potent weapon you can use against poverty. And we know that when you want to promote social migration, education remains the most effective and efficacious tool for accomplishing that. And so I'm happy that Nigeria has taken this bold step, and we are committing significant resources to making it happen. So in terms of access to education, especially higher education, this is going to help us to make significant progress. But I must also put it on record that ultimately, for a country at our level of development, we should be pushing for free education at this level so that we can make it available to those parents who may not be able to, at the end of the day, even pay back this loan, because we still live in a country where poverty remains pervasive. But given our current economic circumstances as a country, I think that is a significant sacrifice the federal government is making to be able to make this happen. So I commend the president and his team for making this happen.
And interesting you mentioned so that parents who cannot pay back, because that's the fear of a lot of people. The president has started giving out checks. We understand that close to about 100,000 people have applied already. And so what is the sustainability of this, and to ensure, especially when you want to ensure that, whatever administration comes after the president, sustains this particular project and people continue to benefit from it?
Well, this is not just a mere policy. There's a law that backs it up, and the means of gathering resources to ensure it's sustained have also been enshrined in the law. So sustainability has been configured into the processes that brought us to where we are. So I do not have any fears about our capacity to maintain the processes that will enable us to ensure that children continue to have access to this kind of facility. We must, however, ensure that the people who are given the responsibility to run the fund do not, at the end of the day, bring in the so-called Nigerian factor where corruption, wastes the resources that are meant for people who
sorry to butt in, Mr. Ogudoro, because I just want to go back to the point where you said those who cannot pay back.
Yes.
The plan to pay back is quite a long one when you look at the moratorium, from when you are done with school and when you start paying back. Do you foresee a situation where some people will still have a challenge paying back?
Yeah, definitely. We live in a country today where people graduate from the university, and 5 years after, they are not earning up to 50,000 naira. So if you want to ensure that people pay back, students and graduates pay back, you must also ensure that you create employment opportunities for graduates who are coming out of our tertiary institutions. We are not yet at a level where graduates' unemployment has been dealt with to a level that will make all of us comfortable. So that's where we have some fear. So as we are doing this, if you want to get back your money, you must also ensure that you are running an economy that is creating as many employment opportunities as you are producing graduates. So that's the angle from which that point has been made.
To seem that the sustainability of this begins and ends with the federal government. Thank you so much for your time. An educationist, Mr. Peter Ogudoro.
Dr. Peter Ogudoro.
Dr. Peter Ogudoro, my apologies.